Okay, we're recording our part 3 of the IUS class P313 on February the 5th, 2014. So visit those sites. If you don't do it today, you need to do it. All right, now a few reminders and we're going to wrap this up. So let's switch to the view of the entire agenda. So you can see here just a reminder that Sam Smith says my cat just went nuts. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, AODF1, you still got time to do it. It's not due until February 13th at 5 p.m. But that is, and let me switch again the view here. AODF 1.1 is where you are looking at relational aggression, where the one girl was bullying her former friend. There was a lot of embarrassment. You know that it's in the textbook. You're reading that, and then you're looking at how 3 practicing teachers said they would respond. You're identifying for me in AODF 1.1, 2 parts, A and B, where you're critiquing the 3 teachers, label them clearly, teacher, teacher, teacher. And then part B is you tell me, what would you do? I haven't even lectured on bullying yet. I want to see what you do right now. And again, so your grade is not going to be dependent on what you said you would do about bullying. Your grade is determined by, can you explain to me your thinking of why you would do that? What leads you to believe that you would do that? It doesn't matter what exactly you're going to do. I may say, hey, don't do that. But if you explain your thinking, you'll get full credit. This is metacognition. Isn't our profession wonderful that we can really talk about thinking about thinking? So AODF1, it's due the 13th. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, we have quizzes. Those up there. Quizzes. One was due at 5 o'clock today, so I'm hoping that is done. Now, from the suggestion, I have renumbered all the quizzes in the grade book, but I went clear to the end of the title of the quiz so it wouldn't affect anything that you already have up there. And I put brackets at the very end, and the bracket has inside a number, and I'm using 01 and 02. That indicates how these quizzes appear in order. So there are a total of 9 quizzes. And the quiz that is due today, get it right here, you can see the 4. I've added the 4 to the title inside the brackets. So this is the 4th overall quiz that's due today at 5 o'clock. All right, now, I want to get you going, again, at your convenience. When you're ready, you have 4 documents that are due for M303, plus the logs that you complete when you go to field experience. 2 of the 4 documents are teacher interviews. We do not have to wait for New Albany, Floyd County to be ready for you to join their schools. I know they're working on it. I know the snow day is just hurting everybody. It's hurting us and keeping up here in West Clark. So you can find any 2 teachers. One interview is for general education teacher in the middle school or high school preferably. I will even take an elementary, here I am an elementary school principal. I'll even take an elementary teacher. A general education teacher, preferably middle school or high school. You ask them the questions. The questions are listed in the M303 handbook, and they're listed in tests and surveys, M303. Also, you're going to interview a special education teacher. All you do in completing these 2 assignments is to you can quote the teacher directly in your answers, but the questions that you're asking appear in tests and surveys, and you just quote them or paraphrase them. You're letting me know what the teacher said about the question that you asked. When you're ready, go for it. If you want to wait till later, it's due. This is not due till the end of the semester, but I'm trying not to have everything come due at the end. So you are now free to go out and interview a general ed teacher and a special ed teacher and get those into surveys. Can the teacher be from any school district? Rayanne is asking that, and the answer is absolutely yes. Any school district. And if you're having trouble getting to a teacher, no, it might be great. You thought about your favorite teachers in our first class. Maybe go back and ask a teacher that really made an impression on you and say, I'm asking if I can interview because you were one of my best teachers. Wouldn't that make their day? Any district, any school, a practicing working teacher. If you can't find one, contact me. You can come to Silver Creek Elementary School. Okay, Margaret says, I work at a preschool that deals with typical and special education students. Could I interview a special ed teacher from there, or is that too young? No, for special ed, absolutely will be okay. If it was the general teacher, I'd say it's probably too young. But you can interview the special education teacher from your preschool. That will be fine. But, you can go out there and get to it when you're ready. All right, I think we're into the last page. And I sent this agenda out twice. I sent it out, and then I remembered a couple of things and had to redo it. So, all right. And I think this is the part that I had to redo. We're only going to have about less than 45 minutes on this video presentation. So to be honest, in our work and to keep up with what we need to do for IUS, I needed to get a few things for you to do that we would have done in class tonight, okay? We would have watched these two videos in class tonight. The first one is puberty, what's that? And it's 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. There's the link. You can copy it, or if you use my PDF document, you should be able to click it and it'll come right up for you. I chose this one. It goes over the main parts of puberty, in addition I did on the whiteboard lecture. But I chose this one because they use a lot of little bitty video segments from teaching puberty from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you have to laugh. But hey, it's all correct information, even though they're using black and white video and some other things. I just found it real interesting. Don't watch puberty. That's what's in a computer lab. You get funny looks. Daryl said he got funny looks and snickered at when he was watching puberty in the computer lab. Yeah, I know. I thought about putting that picture of the mature bodies on my whiteboard presentation, but it is academic study, so it had to be done. That's good, Daryl. The second one is a TED Talks, and it's about adolescent brain development, which is also, I talk about adolescent brain development in my whiteboard lecture, but this goes into it a little bit deeper. TED Talks are great. Sam Smith said, I had a fantastic teacher that was in my English class in 8th grade. She did not actually teach the class, but she was assigned to special ed students. Can I interview her? Yes. Yes, Sam, you can. Let's see if there's any other questions that came in about these interviews. Nope. Okay, so we got that one. All right, so the second is TED Talks. It's about brain development. It is 9 minutes and 42 seconds. The third one is How Does It Feel to Be a Teenager? Where we're talking about emotions, and that's 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Those are the three that we would have watched in class tonight. So that's really not a really long time to be on videos, and you can do it at your convenience. But three videos to watch. You're going to be thinking about your literature review question and sending that to me on an email. At your convenience, check out the APA writing sites on the links that I gave you, the IUS Writing Help Center or the Purdue OWL Center. All right, so here we are at closing. Well, somebody said it felt kind of funny. This is kind of a typical online class. What I'm hoping for when we do one of our online classes, IU is getting it ready to come online, but I'm trying to find out if I could do it through Google, where you could see each other as well as me on the online class. That's what I'm working for, and we'll see if we can get that done. This is good for presenting, just straight presenting, but as far as communicating back and forth, being able to see your faces would have even be better. So, questions? Any questions coming in? Can I still come in PJs? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can wear PJs if we have our pictures up there. I had those on, and I thought I could just put on my sweater, but I put on blue jeans too. Patrick Lewis, I lost it. We need to complete 2 teacher interviews. Yes. 1 general ed teacher that, English, language arts, mathematics, social studies, they're teaching general education subjects. 1 teacher who is a special education teacher. So it's 2 teacher interviews, and they're separate in tests and surveys, and they're separate in the manual for M303. What version of APA? I think the current version is 6. Charles is asking that. whoop, I think I can finish this up without starting another part. The most current part, or most current APA is APA 6, I believe, but the OWL Center and iOS Help Center will have the most current versions there. Joshua wants to know we need to have a camera and a mic. It will be optional. Of course, if you don't have a camera and a mic, we can't see you or hear you, but that would be an option where we could see and hear more people. Even without a camera and a mic, you could still see me. Rayanne wants to know, so the online classes for the syllabus is just like this. Yes, it is, unless I can make it better. Rayanne, it's just like this unless I can make it better. Dakota wants to know, regarding the lit review question, does it have to be related to the topic of the article we recite, or it could be about anything? That's a great question, because I lost it. I don't want to, let me see if I can bring that back up. Come on. Oh, technology here. All right, come on. Where'd it go? Well, what version of APA answered that one? Right? On the class is just like this. We answered that. Somebody asked about, there it is. Dakota, regarding the lit review question, it has to be related to the article topic. No. But that's happened in other classes, and it does create some confusion. So I'm going to go real quickly. The literature review and the literature review and the article presentation are two different things. They are not necessarily related. They could be if you happen to pick a literature review question that has something to do with your article. The article you're presenting could be one of your 5 sources, but it doesn't have to be. Let me just take a look here. Let's go back to Hunter. Hunter was assigned ADHD, and Hunter says, I don't want to do a literature review about ADHD. Yeah! And then he picks another literature review question. You pick your literature review question that interests you. But he couldn't use that article in his literature review. It's up to you. Let's go down to Colin, the second one. Colin is assigned adolescent brain development and drugs. He goes, that's what I want to know about. I want to know about the effect of drugs and brain development on adolescents. That's going to be my literature review. What are, how can, but, and he figures out a nice open-ended question for adolescence and drugs and brain development. Well, the article he's presenting could be one of his 5 sources. They are not connected, but your question that you pose to the literature review could result in them being connected. Now, is that clear? Is there another question coming in? But our literature review has to be from the list. No. Maybe I should have made it part 4. No. The article presentation is from the list. Okay, this list of articles, you are doing a 1 article presentation. You're teaching 1 article to the class. There is nothing anywhere on what I've given you about what topic you can do for literature review. You get to pick that. I want it to be an open-ended question that you are interested in. I'm just saying you look at the table of contents for possibly some suggestions. You pick it. You pick the literature review. I assign the article presentation. So I hope that helps. Anyone else want to type in a question related to that? Let me see if we got one in. Nicholas says, perfect. Okay. Steve, when is the article review due? The article presentation is going to be, we're going to draw for presentation order in Monday's class. Rayanne says, I missed the very beginning of the class. Where do we find the articles, or is the list of subjects what we should be looking for? Rayanne, you find the articles in on-course P312, on-course P312 resources, and in resources it says candidate article summary. That's where you find the articles. All 3 parts, if you missed the first part, will be on YouTube. All the summary will be there. Last chance for a question. We've gone way past 10. Anything else? Joshua, you're pretty good at this. Does it feel like you're yelling at the computer like a crazy person? You don't have to answer out loud. I just wondered. I get excited. I get louder when I get excited, and education excites me. When I get excited in class and yell, no, because I don't want you to ever do that. All of this excites me. Thanks for having this class online. You probably saved my brother from pulling his car out of a ditch. Glad to do it. You know what? I want to tell you something important. I hope you're still listening. No content that I teach or is covered in any of these courses, no content or anything I teach in these courses is more important than you, than each one of you. And that's something all of us as teachers need to remember. The content is never as important as the wonderful, varied, unique talents and makeup of every single student. All right, that's it. I want to shut down. Call my phone. Send me a text or something if you need other questions. God bless you all. We're leaving. Bye-bye.